You got the 20,000 to win factory stock race this weekend coming up here at the Hendry Racing. Or is it Hendry Raceway, Hendry County Raceway Motorsports Park? That's correct. We're having just a little bit of a fun on DoneRight TV, by the way, for those who are out of state and can't make the can you turn it down? Who cannot make it to the track. Be sure it is DoneRight.tv, I do believe, correct. We are up here with Kelly right now, the producer of this situation.
DoneRight.tv.
So you've been here at Hendry a lot. You've been working on this bar down there. What's this bar all about, this Turn 5 bar? What's it all about?
Well, we got live cameras in the bar. We got the stream in the bar. We got other things so you can watch anything, like a baseball game or a football game or something, anything else that's on. So looking forward to that. Soft opening is tomorrow on that one. So, yeah, good deal.
Yeah, and you wired up all this stuff. Beautiful bar top, all kinds of things happening. So that'll be making it soft opening tomorrow here at Hendry County. The vehicles you see on the track right now, we're looking at some of them out there. We got a couple different camera angles to view. We are also live right now on the DoneRight TV Facebook page, some other Facebook pages out there as well. Also on my Long Live the Chaz YouTube. So very interesting now that the Chaz has you with Hendry County here on YouTube with DoneRight TV. And I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I know most of the people watching on my stream are, super late models, sprint car fans, all that stuff. But this weekend, you got to give respect where respect is due. $20,000 to win in factory stocks. Factory stocks. And these are where some of the greatest drivers possibly are in the country. These lower affordable classes. And let's just say a factory stock's not super affordable, but it's, 20 to 30,000 for a dime piece. But you could probably put a winner together for 10, I bet.
Yeah. 20,000 to win factory stock, 10,000 to win late models, 10,000 to win street stocks, and 3,000 to win 4.6 Fords. And the pits are packed, and there's been a line to get in here all day long.
Yeah, and it's 4.6 Fords. I've heard the greatest name for those cars to be called is cop stocks. And I was told that by XR event race director, owner Barry Braun. He came up with that name, cop stocks, and that's exactly what they are. They are old police patrol vehicles and Lincoln Navigators, maybe our town cars that have the windows beaten out, and they're 4.6 Fords. They're not low. They're low horsepower in the dirt racing world, but they're not low in comparison to like a four-cylinder. They got some power to them, and they're rear-wheel drive, so you can learn some driving techniques, and that's a very affordable class I can't believe isn't across the nation right now.
Yeah, for sure, and it's a great way to get into a car for, under probably $10,000, $5,000. I mean, get out there and race and have some fun.
Yeah, and, we'll see those cars a little bit later. This is currently the factory stock class that you do see on the racetrack. This is the class that will be racing for the big money this weekend. You heard Kelly mention late models. Is it similar to the Crate Racing USA late models, 604s, or they call them Florida late models or something like that?
They're called Florida late models. I know they're crates. I don't know for sure what the 602, 604.
Well, they were moving here earlier, so I would say 604 beefed up 604.
I can tell you they are moving, and they've got the track nice and wide. So that's gonna be a good benefit. The track looks great. John Wilson's been working the track all week long. Ever since the last guys got off the track the next day, they've been watering it, tearing it up, watering it, packing it in. So he's been working his butt off out here.
Now, of course, the Top Gun Sprint Car Series comes here, and we were looking at some of the lap times in those late models. The black number 6 car, I'm sure he's famous out there, and his mama and daddy are going to beat me up later for not knowing his name. But he was turning laps faster than the Top Gun Sprint cars were. And he was booking it around the top side here at Hendry, which is something that you don't get to see a lot here at Hendry County. And we already got a little bit of a glimpse that, hey, we might have some late model racing around the rim here at this little bitty quarter-mile racetrack.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great racing. There's people from all over the country here, a lot of talent. Nice wide racetrack, and it's gonna be great, man. And there's big money on the line, so it's gonna be the next 2 nights are going to be, and this is the largest paying event ever in South Florida, from what I understand. So,
well, it's almost the largest paying in Speed Weeks, period, because East Bay's final night was $15,000 for the Lucas Oil late models. Altex, I think, was $15,200. I believe Golden Isles was $25,000, but that's Georgia. Volusia was $20,000 to win in the sprint cars, late models, and I believe big blocks too. This is paying just as much to win a World of Outlaw late model event at Volusia or Sprint Car Series, whatever. Pick it. This is the boys who pick up the win this weekend are taking home the same winner's amount of check. They definitely probably don't have the same amount in their racing operation, though, which is the cool thing. The working man representation is going to get a paycheck this weekend like a national talent.
Yeah, I love that, man. And these guys work their butt off down here every year, and this is a big event for them. And, so get out here if you're in South Florida. If not, you can catch everything on DoneRight.tv tomorrow and Saturday night. I can assure you it's going to be some great racing.
Now, some of the streaming services, most of them now on the national stage that people are used to, like the Dirt Vision and Flow, it's on a monthly subscription. You're doing it a little bit different. You're kind of the small business of the streaming world. Flow and Dirt Vision is like Walmart and Target, so you're down there, you're the little corner store. How are people at home going to be able to watch these races through DoneRight TV? Because it's not a monthly deal, correct?
Yeah, it's not a monthly deal. I'm working on that. It's just hard to do. I have several tracks, and we have a profit share with the track. So, we take the sales from the track and we split it with the track. So, I'd love to have a model like Flow or Dirt Vision, but
that's what Walmart and Target have. Not yet for you. So basically,
yeah, and I don't know. We'll get there. But I don't want to cut my tracks out either, because that's important, and I mean that's the most important thing, because people need to know about this stuff. They need to be able to see it.
Yeah, and relationships is a big deal. Had this conversation with a guy from New York. He's a big block modified fan, and if it wasn't for streaming, he wouldn't be a sprint car late model fan. But he only is because he got to see sprint cars and late models in these different tracks in different areas, and it made him want to go to the track. It made him want to get into these different forms of motorsport that are out here.
Well, I'll tell you, and I already told you this story, Chaz, but up until about 6 years ago, I'd never been to a dirt track race. And I sponsored a car, Keith Bloom's car, back in Davenport, and one day he asked me to come to a race, and I went and seen him race. I think it was at Davenport, went to pits, and ever since then, man, I've been hooked. So without Keith coming to me, I would have never went to a dirt track race. I mean, maybe I would have, but that's the reason I went, is because I sponsored his car and I ended up going, and now look at, so I think that the sport needs more coverage like this. It needs to see some of this, in my opinion, because a lot of people don't see it unless they're there.
Well, something that I find funny, I did call, Dirt Vision and Flow the Walmarts of the streaming industry, but I don't see Brian Carter, CEO of World Racing Group, running around in a Ford Raptor. You're the one driving this beautiful Ford Raptor. What's up with you and the Raptor? How did you get this? Did you steal this on the way down from Iowa and you're on the run? What's going on?
It's actually my fourth Raptor. I've always had Raptors. I just like the truck. I don't know.
And a good career, I guess, to afford those damn Raptors.
I've owned my own business for 20 years, and it's been good and bad.
What do you do?
DoneRight TV and Security it used to be DoneRight Satellite, and it's DoneRight TV and Security. We do home networking, business networking, internet, security cameras. We do dish and direct TV as well. But, that's kind of slowed down a little bit, so now we're switching gears and doing a little bit more, home security, business security, networking, stuff like that.
How do you handle normal business while you're out here on the road shooting races?
I've got a great team back home. I got Misty and Sonny and John that pretty much handle everything for me. They know their job. They're very good at it. So I let them do their thing, and they touch base. I touch base with them every day or so.
And I swear I heard you on the phone earlier today with a lady who was talking about some satellite repair.
Yeah. I still answer the phones. I still get calls and stuff. I still love what I do there too. But you know, my guys have been with me for a long time, so I don't need to micromanage them. They know what we got to get done, and they do a great job.
And so, how did you get down here to Florida? Obviously, you mentioned these weekly tracks you got up in Iowa, but how did you even start heading south for the winter? Is it a bird thing or what?
Well, when we first started, I had another guy working with me, and we were just calling everybody, and we ended up getting a race down here one time, and then the next thing you know, it was IMCA had the Sugar Bowl down here, and since I am an IMCA affiliate, I was involved in that, and ever since then, I've just been coming back every year doing the Sugar Bowl.
So your first time here was the time I got kicked out of the announcer's booth?
It could be. I don't know. That's what I hear.
And somehow I got the mic in my hand again.
Yeah.
Are you scared?
Well, no, because we had a chat.
Oh, we had a chat. Well, hey, man, hey.
You know.
Got that rap song on deck, though. You listened to it this morning. You got that sneak preview.
Yeah.
Of the weekend song, I guess I'll call it. What did you think of that old song, the old banger there?
I think it's pretty good. I was pretty impressed.
Not bad for a white guy?
Not bad. It
is a rap song, ladies and gentlemen. It is. And everybody knows that I'm good at the rap songs, especially those Bristol Dirt Nationals people. So $20K to win in the factory stocks, $10K to win in the late models and the street stocks. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. These street stocks here, they are not just street stocks. There was a class down in Texas that we used to have called a hot stock, and they were really fast. They were just as fast as modifieds, and that's about what they got here for street stocks. These street stocks here are getting. Now, these are still the factory stocks that you see on your screen, but when these street stocks come out a little bit later, they're racing for $10,000 this weekend as well, and those cars aren't slow. Those cars are almost, I would say, faster than the modifieds. I really would.
Yeah, we don't see modifieds down here. We had modifieds here last week, but they were running pretty hard. I'm interested to see this, man. And there's some talent. There's people from all over the place coming down here.
Yeah, Wisconsin, New York, some stuff like that.
A lot from Georgia. Yeah, from all over the place. A lot from Florida, from up north. But I'm interested to see how this turns out. It's going to be some good stuff.
Of course, Hendry County being the southernmost racetrack in the United States. You go back in history, there was some actually down in Key West and stuff, or Key Largos or something, but those are all gone away. This is officially the U.S.'s southernmost dirt track, because, of course, Homestead, Miami, and some others are a little bit more southern. But southernmost dirt track, it is a little warmer down here than at East Bay and Volusia, like maybe 2 or 3 degrees, you'd say, or?
I think it's closer to 10.
That's good, though, when they're freezing. You know, you're not down here freezing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So we are across a bunch of different platforms right now, and obviously live here at the racetrack. The 4.6 cop stocks, we talked about those. The late models, obviously, we talked about those a little bit. The street stocks, we're waiting for another division to come out. We actually have a bunch of travelers in town here tonight. Of course, the local guys are used to the track every week. They probably don't need much practice, but the traveler guys, the ones from Wisconsin and New York, I guarantee you they're here. We got 42 factory stocks here signed in to do the practice, and I would bet you probably 30 of those are from out of the state.
Yeah, probably, and I think most of the local guys are probably not going to show up on a night like tonight to let the other guys get the practice. And, the local guys will come just, on a Friday night. So I'm sure we're going to see a lot more, showing up tomorrow.
Well, we're going to step away just for a little bit here on the microphone, see some practice around the racetrack. Like and share. Yeah, exactly. Like and share the feed. Tell us where you're from. We have the live chat in YouTube. Looks like we're having a little difficulties on reading that live chat on YouTube, but we should have the live chat going on the Facebook page as well. We could read those out, where you're from, where you're watching. But we will also look forward to y'all sharing the feed and leaving a comment, tagging the Facebook page as you do as well. But we'll be right back with a little bit more commentary as the night keeps going on. New class is coming out onto the racetrack very soon. Right now, like I said, 42 factory stocks. They're all trying to get their laps. And then, of course, if they want to get the stream, where do they go?
www.DoneRight.tv. And there's instructions on the site, guys. I can't answer all these messages. There's instruction on the site how to watch, very detailed. So if you have issues, you can use support on the site. It's very difficult for me to answer my phone when we're out here doing this. So yeah, www.DoneRight.tv. There's a 2-day pass, and you can buy individual nights or you can buy a 2-day pass and save a little bit of money.
Right, and that's always good. Saving a little bit of money isn't bad. And then, of course, Saturday nights when the $100,000 goes out the door, right? $100,000 purse.
Yep, tomorrow night is going to be qualifying and heat races, and then we'll do our B mains and our feature races on Saturday night. So Saturday night's going to be a big night, but I'm telling you, these people are going to be fighting hard to get in. So I don't know. It's probably just going to be just as good a racing tomorrow night as it is going to be Saturday night.
Yeah, definitely. And, of course, everybody's trying to get into the Saturday night race, so the Friday night races is what's going to qualify them into those Saturday night events. So that's going to be where people take the risk. A lot of drivers, they go to an event and they're like, well, as long as I can make the show, I'm happy. But they go out there and they do a lot of crazy things to make the show. And then once if they do get in the show, usually that's when they get a little bit more conservative because they've accomplished the goal of making it. It's the fight to get to that show is where they'll take those risks. So tomorrow we'll have a lot of risks involved, I'm sure. As it looks like a set of cars going off the racetrack. Looks like we got Martin Dinehart, watching from Binghamton, New York.
It's Jesse Bowden of Okeechobee.
Right, yeah, I saw that.
The Cop Stock A1.
Well, I didn't want to point his out because you're so close. You should be at the track. You shouldn't be watching the stream. What are you doing? I didn't want to point him out, I mean, we could put him on the spot if we need to. We got Michael Viren from Rock Island, Illinois, tuning in. Or is it Illinois?
Illinois.
It's Illinois, or is it Des Moines, or is it Des Moines?
Des
Moines? Okay, Des Moines. Okay, like Des Bryant. Looks like some more factory stock. So, once again, 42 of them here, and maybe some more that showed up, I mean, because...
tomorrow. I'll bet
60
factory stocks here tomorrow.
That I mean, I would think a little more than that possibly.
80. Let's go for 80.
Definitely. I know we had some big factory stock races in Texas. 5,000 win, you get 100 of them. So these factory stocks definitely. It looks like a lot of Monte Carlos out there, basically.
Yeah.
Is that your body style you like the most of the Monte Carlo?
The old SS Monte Carlos, heck yeah.
Yeah, the old legendary NASCAR throwbacks out there, And what's funny is, if NASCAR drivers were going to race on dirt, this would probably be the class we should put them in, because these cars actually, when they raced street stocks and stuff at Eldora, and then they did the trucks, the factory stock, street stock class was a half a second faster than the NASCAR trucks at Eldora. So those trucks are extremely slow. Even the Cup cars, extremely slow on dirt. We got 900 horsepower race cars to go fast on dirt. We can't get away with, no suspension and all this stuff. So basically, if you took like a Cup car or a truck, they'd be slower than these guys out here, but probably handle the closest you could get to like an asphalt car on a dirt track, which is what they've been trying to do over there,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Is that your short, quick answer from now on?
That's my answer, yeah.
Is your yeah for sure as good as the omelet I had the breakfast this morning at the airport restaurant that you introduced me to?
Yeah, I don't know about your omelet, man, but my quesadilla was pretty darn good.
It did look good. Who the hell invented what was the name of that again? The Mean Green or something?
I think it is like a Mean Green or a Green Machine.
Green Machine, that's it.
Green Machine, yeah.
And it was a green flour tortilla with veggies in it.
Spinach tortilla, spinach, eggs, and cheese, I think.
I was jealous, personally. I was upset about it. Kind of couldn't sleep, even though it was breakfast. So I think it's just because I woke up in the morning. But it was a good spot. And then the tiki bar where they bite you. You know, the mosquitoes and everything gets you over there. You know, the mahi, the whitefish and all that, you know, so.
Yeah, tiki bar's got great food, but I don't know if they're no-see-ums or what, but I get attacked every time I go there.
And how long have you been over here in this Florida area here at Hendry? How long have you been doing your footages here?
This is my third year, I believe, and yeah, or maybe my fourth. I don't know, third or fourth. But I've been down here this year since November.
For those traveling to the track, what is the best restaurant you found around here?
It's that airport restaurant, LaBelle, for me. I'm a breakfast guy, man, so that's my favorite.
And you get to see the airports land and take off.
Yeah, it's kind of nice right there at the airport. You get to see a few planes. Every once in a while you see a jet coming in. So it's kind of cool, yeah.
We have our first caution on the track in a little bit. Looks like we had a little spinner in turn 4. As he's coming back onto the speedway. There it goes. I did for a minute, though. So caution out on the speedway, as it looks like all cars have got back under power, but the flagman is throwing the checkered, it looks like. Not sure if that's just the only flag he's getting. I'm not sure what is coming out next. That'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. Doug Goosh from Bittendorf, Iowa. Bittendorf. Yep. Sounds like I'm in Lord of the Rings.
That's where I'm from.
Bittendorf?
Bittendorf. That's where my house is.
Okay.
Jesse Bowden said he'll be here Saturday.
He's gonna be here.
Jesse Bowden says he's working. He'll be here Saturday. So there's one.
Yeah, that's the dude from Okeechobee, right? Or Okoboji or whatever.
Yeah.
It's Okeechobee.
So he'll be here.
Now, have you got to do any of the bass fishing at this place around this area?
Yeah. Shoot, last year or maybe it was 2 years ago, we won the bass tournament. The first cast we caught a 10-pound bass. This year I went out a little bit with my son. My son came down and we caught a few, but nothing like it was last year or 2 years ago, whenever it was.
You did it from the bank, or you rented a boat, or?
The first year was a fishing tournament. We chartered a bunch of boats. This last time I went out with my son. We just chartered a boat.
And it was worth it.
Yeah, it's a good time, man. It's a great lake. It's a good time.
It's a huge lake, right?
It is a huge lake. Yeah.
Does it feel like you're on the ocean at some points?
Yeah, you can always see the land, but it's a big body of water, so it's pretty cool.
It does look like another round of factory stocks on the track. So guys are getting the laps in, 20,000 to win, and they're here for it.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Well, there is a leaderboard in turn number 2, 66. We don't necessarily have the names on our hand. They just signed everybody in today. The number 66 car, top of the board right now, the 11 car in second, 01 in third, 95 car in fourth, and the 36 machine rounds out the top 5 in practice so far. Under caution, looks like they turned 36-second laps. So that's very interesting. 36 seconds as the throttles go back up. I'm going to guesstimate they're just now getting them up to speed. I'm going to guess an 18-second lap probably. Let's see what this first one clicks off right here. This old number 1 car, beautiful looking number 1. 17.9, I was about right. 18s. 18.3, 17.9, 17.6. Not seeing any of these times trigger the top 5, so we can only assume that. We just had one. The 73 machine out there went second quick, actually. So another 17.9 out there, 18 flat. So they're not slow out there. They're getting around their 18-second laps on a pretty much dry slick feature track that you would see. Yeah, this yellow 73 car's definitely been booking it around there pretty good. And then the 1J, I believe that's a 1J is how it's showing up on the board up there. Let's see what this car clicks off as it comes on by. 18215, 18215. Nice little shot at the 38 car dropping in the 3 and 4. We'll try to get a time on this vehicle as it comes across the start-finish line. 18-0, 18-0 on that machine. This old orange car, I like the paint scheme on that. The numbers leaning forward, and 18099 for the numbers leaning forward, number 1 car. The 73 seems to have something going. He's catching other cars on the racetrack, so he's definitely got the wicker up and the speed going on that car. You know, it could be a Schwartz car. You know, a Schwartz car. I don't know. I mean, we do have a pretty significant amount of factory stocks on hand, so we'll see if we can get us a class change coming up here soon. But if we don't, I mean, practice is practice. That's what it's for, you know, for these guys to get out there. Now, I believe earlier today they said it was going to be 20 minutes per class and 3 sets of those sessions. So 4 classes on hand, 20 minutes per class, and 3 20-minute sessions. And here comes these street stocks onto the speedway. These things will book it. We were just looking at the factory stocks in the 18-second bracket. That's pretty much where they were. Good eye test by myself. I was able to nail it there. But these street stocks, I'm going to say they're going to be a second and a half faster. At least 16.5. I'm going to say 16.5. I wouldn't be surprised if it's faster than that. Wouldn't be surprised if it's closer to the 16 flats.
We're going to get anybody into 15?
I mean, we're about to find out. We're about to find out. We're bracket racing here at the dirt track. You know, we're worried about timing and stuff. This will be interesting to see how quick these cars get around the Hendry County Motorsports Park. And we are green. How am I doing on my announcing debut here in Florida? Is it okay?
I think you're doing great, man.
Okay. All right. Just before they throw lighter fluid on this thing and burn it down, although Kyle Larson fans in the pit's going to come over here and take me down. The Larsonites do run rampant. Okay, so they're just now getting up to speed. We got a 17 flat out there already. So I'm a little off. They're a second, consistently a second faster. Half second faster right now. I saw a 17.1. I swear this, as the camera zooms in on the 73. It's 25 car though. 17.4s. We're pretty much in the mid-sections of this 17-second bracket, so only a half second quicker. I thought they would have been a little bit faster than that, but who knows? Of course, the person on the mic who has hijacked the DoneRight TV's broadcast system, so they're not at fault for this. They call me the Chaz. Some people know me as Long Live the Chaz on Facebook and YouTube. And all social medias out there. Yes, I am the guy who got kicked out at Tulsa Shootout over Kyle Busch. That is who I am. Yes, and I am the guy who argued with Kyle Larson at Knoxville in an interview. Are you proud for me to tell everyone this?
Sure.
Oh, God. I think that was his first time learning all this, ladies and gentlemen, so I just gave him my background, so my criminal record may not suffice in the announcer or media world. But Long Live the Chaz on YouTube. We're actually live on there as well right now. and checking that out, getting it reached out there to more so the national sprint car and late model scenes that are across the country. So I think we had 52 current viewers over there and 54 here on the Facebook with DoneRight TV. Be sure to like and share the video here on Facebook, and if you're on the YouTubes or anything like that, be sure to subscribe as always. Call out some of the 4.6 lap times, if you would, when they come out. We are looking forward to that. What will the 4.6s turn? It looks like we're consistent in the mid-17s here with the street stock division. I thought they would have been a little bit quicker, but maybe it's just the main hitters ain't out here yet. Maybe this is the B-main guys or something.
It could be. I bet they get a little bit faster here. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, if they can start winging that car like that 6 machine did in the late model, that I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, you've been seeing the last few laps. You see these guys roll in the middle to the bottom. That freaking guy in that 6 late model looked like freaking yeah, I mean, it looked like Davenport or somebody. And his car wasn't all up in the air, so not drooping like he wasn't doing the evil stuff like Brandon Overton, but he was out there winging it. He was Bobby Pierce line up there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, so it'll be interesting to see what comes up here a little bit later tonight when we get into the late model hot laps. These hot laps, these classes will kind of change over a little bit. There's a decent amount that are here in the other classes, but mainly in the factory stock class. I believe there's only 9 late models here, which is no surprise. I mean, it is just practice, and you know, the late models is main shows Saturday and qualifying tomorrow. But I would assume maybe 2 or 3 sets here with the street stock division, and then probably into the other remaining. And we'll be able to call out some lap times for the 4.6. So if the factory stocks are 18 seconds and the street stocks are in the 17.5 range, what do you think the cop stocks, the 4.6s, are going to do?
20?
20, 21? 21, 20? Although, I mean, I thought the street stocks would have been a little quicker than a half second. I mean, but they're not. So I don't know. We'll see how far off those 4.6s actually are when we get them out there and we get the times. Of course, the timing for those live in turn 2 at the top of the tower. You can see it on the broadcast as they come up a turn 2. There's a neon sign in the background. So that's a sharp-looking car on the screen right there. I know we don't have a name on anybody. They just signed in today. He's pushing up the track a little bit, but that's it. Let's look at Chris Madden. You know, street stock, kind of Chris Madden influence paint scheme there on that 44 car. Looks very sharp. We are down in the 17.2s. I saw a 17.2 click off on the screen, but that 47 in the first hot lap session did click off that 17.1 that I saw, and he is sitting on top of the chart still. At 31, you see on the screen, or actually the 44, sorry, the 31 that you did see on the screen, that he's currently 4th on the charts. Still in the 17.4s, 17.3s right now. 17.3 seems to be a pretty consistent fast lap. Nobody able to eclipse the 47 or the 69 in this one. The 95 car, I believe that's the 95 that you saw on your screen just a minute ago. He's up there on sitting currently 3rd on the charts. A little side-by-side action out there. Guys testing the lines. You know, if you're going to race, you need to be able to go on more than one line. Sometimes just being out there on your own ain't really teaching you much. You got to be able to pass a guy or get around some lap traffic and test these different lines. You see these two out there getting an opportunity to do that right now. They look pretty fair and even right now, the top and the bottom. I mean, we're looking at some good side-by-side racing. The track is definitely wide, and we got a good bottom groove and a good top groove. I mean, we're side-by-side right now for 4 laps straight here in practice. They got to be friends or something, right? I mean, Something. I mean, the one dude, friend. So that one dude didn't date the other dude's girlfriend or anything like that.
Nope.
That doesn't happen. Okay, that doesn't happen. Okay. Of course, neither of those two on top of the charts. Oh, a little bit loose there on the 17 car on the bottom, but the yellow is going to wave. Yellow is going to wave. So I wonder if that's going to be it for the street stocks tonight. We'll have to see what comes on out of the chute over there in turn 2. The two classes you have not seen on the live stream right now are the late models, the Florida late models, and the 4.6. They call them V8 Warriors. I still say Cop Stocks is the perfect name for that division. Coined by Barry Braun, of course, but hey, you can't license it. I almost made an IMCA joke. I gotta be quiet. I said caught myself, ladies and gentlemen. But once again, we are live on DoneRight TV. For those who are maybe in the pitting areas hearing this and wanting to know, is somebody streaming it? I saw you had some signs up, but DoneRight TV will be here for the next 2 nights. They're calling this the Swamp Cabbage?
Swamp Cabbage 100.
The Swamp Cabbage 100, $20,000 going to the winner this Saturday night in the factory stock division. It looks like we got another set of street stocks coming out. You see a bunch of different body styles. Look at that white car. Oh, my. That has a Batmobile nose length on it. Oh, my. Geez. Look at that. That's a big nose right there. Look at that thing. Just look at it. What is that? It looks like it's a funny car. It's like a funny car and a bomber had a baby right there. Something happened. Something happened. Really nice looking body off of 4 down the front straightaway. Look at that thing. He's that number 12 car. It's very decked out. Working into 1 and 2. Got a nice variety. You don't necessarily have to have the prettiest car to perform. You don't have to. I mean, it's a luxury, right? I mean, but you don't have to. You could have duct tape numbers and win the race.
Well, it's a work in progress, and it's early in the season, so.
We definitely have some beautiful cars out there on the racetrack. Look at the nose work on that 12 off of turn 4. Beautiful. Looks like Camaro. Probably an MG3 or something nice like that. Looks like we got some pretty well put together cars on the racetrack. It'll be interesting to see where this time goes now on the board. Still in the 17 fours. 17 fours back again once again, but they are up on the top, and guys are getting momentum. Oh, we just had the 16 car clip the board, and fast time. Didn't even get to see it. Number 17-0, a 17 flat, so a second faster. Already eclipsed on the board. We've had 2 cars top the charts here in the 10 and 21 machine. The 16 also getting in there into the 4th position. But some very fast cars on the raceway. That 21 right there sitting 3rd overall currently. The number 8 stock just went up into the 2nd position, so it's got to be a bunch of 17 flats being clicked off over there left and right. You still have the number 10 car on top of the board, though. Definitely.
Something in the 16s.
We could see a 16.9 if they keep them going around here. The tires warm up possibly a little bit more. That 16 car you see on your screen currently 5th overall on the time chart. Keep looking at the Facebook screen. You got to get off this thing. Number 12 with a pretty nose, but not a top 5 speed there. Not a top 5 speed for the 12 machine. That 10 and that 8 machine, though, they have eclipsed the top of the speed charts. Of course, 3 cars in this practice session so far. 1, 2, and 3. The 10, 8, and 21. 3 of the fastest street stocks so far here in practice session. I believe this is number 2 for the street stocks overall here tonight. First practice session there, or first practice session overall on the Facebook and live streams that we're on right now. Once again, be sure to like the video, share the video, leave a comment where you're watching. You could also go to the Facebook page, like the Facebook page. I'm assuming you do some lives like this all the time on the Facebook page to promote wherever you're at and streaming coming up.
Yep, we sure do.
Also, for those on the YouTube, long live the Chaz over there on the YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe as well, like. And if you do comment, I'm trying to see the comments, but it looks like they cut them all off. They cut the comments off on YouTube for me, so that's not good. Not good. Waiting for the next class to roll out onto the Speedway. I would assume it's going to be some either late models or some V8s. Or, well, this is true. So it is 20 minutes technically to the street stock. So I know I keep saying, is there going to be another class come out? It is 20 minutes to a division all on its own. So we will see some more cars come out and run laps. And the first car onto the Speedway, this 47 car, he was top of the charts throughout the first couple of sessions. And then in that last session, that group of drivers in that last group there, knocked him down. He was number one. Now he sits fourth on the speed charts here in practice. So we'll see if, and I believe he hit a 17.1, so that car definitely has some speed on it. It's going to be interesting to see if he can eclipse that. We might get to see that 16.9 that you were talking about right here out of this 47 car. Wish we had a name on him. I feel bad calling him 47 car. It's blasphemy. I know. But we'll see what he's got here. Maybe he's going to just go out there and take it slow. And I do believe he hit that lap time on the bottom of the track. Most of the competitors we saw in that last group who knocked him off the top of the charts, they were rolling around the top side of the Speedway, mainly. And he's rolling around the bottom. Clicked off a 17.4 there on the first go-round. Yeah, and even the other driver on the racetrack, a 17.4 as well. So pretty consistent in that similar lane that he's running there in the middle of the track. Another 17.4. So consistency he's definitely got on his side, huh?
Yeah, mid-17s.
17.4 back-to-back there. This 71 machine you see on the screen, 17.5, falling off the pace just a little bit. Another lap clicking on by, a 17.5. So 17.5 out here. And those boys are down there in the 17.0s.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. There ain't really much to say. I mean, I'm making it up. I'm making it up as I go. So what do you think of the sunsets around here, you know?
Sunsets are amazing down here.
What do you think of the bugs?
The bugs are amazing, too.
The bugs are not amazing at all. That was the one thing I didn't miss being up in Iowa for the winter time is the bugs can't survive up there. I mean, it seems like the mosquitoes for sure.
Yeah, all they got to do, the freezing kills them off pretty good.
Now, have you run into any alligators or sharks or anything while you've been down here at all?
We got alligators right next door, right next to us. I haven't seen one out this year, but the last couple of years I've seen them out. They come out and sit in the sun once in a while.
Yeah, and we're both staying here at the track, and there is something in the woods over here at night. There really is. There is a Sasquatch, a UFO. It could even be Joe Biden, but there is something in the trees behind us. What is it?
I don't know, man, and I don't know if I want to know, but you're right, because there is something. I go out with my dogs late at night, and there's something out there. It sounds like they're breaking a 4-inch branch by walking through it, so I don't know. I don't know what it is. But it's big.
It's big?
It's big.
Is it big and black? Is it possibly a black bear?
It could be. I don't know. It could be a big pig, too, I guess. I don't know what's in it. It could be a gator. I have no idea, but something big is back there.
The worst thing would it to be like a jaguar or some kind of big cat, because those, they didn't, cats are smart, they sneak up on you and attack. They don't play around.
Yeah, we don't need that.
No, it's not right. The worst difference between apparently bear attacks and lion and cat attacks is bears will just straight up start eating on you. Yeah. But cats will at least make sure that that's why they go for the throat and go for dead. Yeah, because they make sure that their prey is dead before they eat them.
Good to know.
So that's another reason why it would be bad if it's a cat. But it is something.
Yeah, it is something.
And it's not as dangerous as that snore that the cameraman Josh up there has, but it sounds just as creepy. What do you think?
I'm not sure, man.
Okay, well, if the camera gets thrown to the ground, ladies and gentlemen, you all know why now. Okay. I'm just trying to make something up, man. I mean, you think it's Bigfoot? Do you think?
I'm reading the comments.
Do you think that Bigfoot is real?
It's skunk ape. It's a skunk ape.
Do you think that Bigfoot is real? This is a true question.
I don't know. Sure.
You think it is for real?
Sure.
Is the Earth flat?
Oh boy, here we go. I believe it is.
You believe it's flat?
Oh, let's not get into that one.
Oh, do you really?
I do.
You do believe that?
I do believe that.
I mean, I mean, there's a lot of scriptures. Book of Enoch, I mean, is real. Have you heard of Book of Enoch?
I have. It's in the Bible.
And the pillars, right?
Yeah. In the firmament.
Right. And then there's a bunch of stuff about flat Earth, you know. So it's creepy. It's really creepy. Now, is it a dome or is it land?
I don't know, man. I mean,
is there an ice wall?
It sure seems like there is.
You think so?
Well, there is a wall of ice. I don't know how big it is or where it goes, but there is a wall of ice, right?
Is that why the Nazis went to Antarctica?
It could be. I don't know.
South America. There's more German colonies in South America than there are native in Chile.
Well, it could be.
All right, we're getting too serious here. Race cars in circles, the distraction of the palace. But no, I'm just playing. You got two vehicles on the track right now. A beautiful, I believe, 23 or 22, and then this 26 coming off, or 25 coming off of turn number 4 into 1 and 2. 17.6 on the clock that time by. And let's see what old bright green number 22 here. It's a pretty car right there. White, black with the green numbers. 17.444. 17.444. Of course, today's date, back to conspiracy theories. Very interesting date today. It was 02/23/2023. Yeah. And in numerology, you cancel out the zeros, so it was 223/223. And backwards is 322/322, which is skulls and bones, and that's a pretty important group out there.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah, like Murder Red Rum.
I've never heard that.
Have you seen the Jim Carrey movie 23?
I have not.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Does anybody believe it's flat Earth on the comment section? Let's hear it here. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. The Eye of Horus. Somebody has to know. We're here on Comedy Live on DoneRight TV. So the Bigfoot definitely has some replies here. Somebody wants you to get a camera shot of the Bigfoot. I guess we have to get him. We have to get him. So apparently Mike Staniker and Jeff Staniker are the top 3 street stock cars. Although I only see Rich Pratt, Mike Staniker, and Jeff Staniker or Steinecker. How would you say those last names? Staniker. Okay. I mean, we could go with, other ways of seeing it and be like Steinacker. That could be possible, actually. But then it would be like Rich Peratt. Let's hear more about the car and drivers. Oh, we got a big request here from Gordon. I mean, Gordon is very furious at us if we don't talk about the car and drivers. We don't have anything.
Information, man. We're just doing a practice. We don't have any driver information or anything. I apologize.
We can show you car and drivers, but we can't tell you car and drivers. Sorry, we got to tell you 3 thanks to the immense help and desire and help that we got from Sam Steinecker. I hope that's correct. But yes, here comes the 4.6. Okay, Stall Nooker. Okay. Stall Knacker. So now people are spelling it differently too in the sounded out process. So it begins with an A and it ends with S and ends with a R. That's about as far as we go. But now we do see these 4.6 cop stocks. I guess you can call it 4.6. They're the cop cars with the windows banged out, and you throw it together and put the cars on the track over under 20-second laps.
Well, I'm hearing 18.3 to 18.6, so let's see.
Okay. They are up to speed. Looking at 28-second laps. We should get our first full reading right here. 24 seconds. 24.0. Not bad for a cop car. Oh, we got an 18.9. 18.9 on the board. 19.8. The number 2 car with that 18.9. Oh, we got another one, 18.7, Double H. What number is Double H? Is there actually a car out there with Double H as its number? Oh, we have an unmarked car. That A1 car just hit a 19.7. Oh, the one going into 1 and 2 right now. So we're into the 18s, 18 flats. Yeah, well, I'm trying to. I think we may have had a misread on that Double H lap, possibly, because I think it said 18.6 or something. Number 2 in the 19 flats, but I think we saw the 18.9 from the 2 machine a little earlier. Yeah, another 18.9 across the board. So this division, I mean, I really don't understand why this is not the new bomber class of America. I don't understand it. There's got to be a ton of these in junkyards.
You can buy them cheap, man. You can buy them cheap in good shape.
Yeah, and all you really need them to do is just drive.
Left.
Well, we got one down the back straightaway, coming to a stop on the wall on the back straightaway. He's able to back it up. Luckily, that cop car has reverse. So you need it to turn and get in reverse would be the preferred way to find one of these cars. Oh, it sounds like he's got some kind of tire screech on the vehicle there. So, yeah, this should be the new beginner class across America. It's kind of got out there a little bit, but not a lot. But they do run them down here in Florida. I think it was a couple years ago. It was like one of their first races they started, and now they got a pretty big following or pretty big car count. And they're a little bit better, in my opinion, than the 4-cylinder front-wheel drive cars because they are rear-wheel drive, and they have a little bit of horsepower in them. So you do have to learn how to drive the car with the throttle, and that's what a lot of the higher-end leveled race cars in dirt racing are somewhat based upon, is rear-wheel drive control and throttle control, and they definitely make it look a lot easier and sound a lot easier than when I try to say rear-wheel drive. This is not working out for me. That was bad.
Yeah, that was bad.
So I know earlier, I think it was Jacob, or who was it earlier, asking about some times on the A1 machine. I think it was Jesse. Yeah, Jesse Bowden. He's the one from Okeechobee who's going to be here tomorrow, but he's waiting to watch his dad. So his dad is out there in that A1 4.6. I believe he just pulled off the racetrack, but got to see him out there for a few laps. Or is that actually him right there off of 4? Is he still on the racetrack? Yes, there he is. There's your dad. Unless we're still under caution here. About to pick it up. Green lights, as I say it, flicked on. So we are back up to speed here in Hot Lap session number 2 for the 4.6 cop stocks, as some people are calling them. What do they call them down here exactly?
4.6 Fords, and I don't know why they're not up north. I mean, they're a ton. Wally just mentioned that they're all over in Florida, and they are. They're all over down here. It's a big class, and there's nothing up where I'm from. It's an interesting class because it's all the same cars, and that's how you learn how to drive them.
Yeah, and even a sanction like IMCA or Wasota could pick them up and are we about to see Daddy spin out? I think we just saw Daddy spin out, and luckily the car missed him. Daddy just spun off in the 1 and 2 there, bud. In turn 2, he's around. He's pointed it the right direction. He's pulling out. He no hitting, no hard, no foul. So he is pulled away in the A1 machine. Sometimes you got to push the limit. You got to cross the limit in practice. You want to see how far you can go before it spins. And then the fastest way you're going to drive one of these race cars or any race car is on the edge of losing control. That's where you're the fastest. So you got to sometimes pass that. Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of the top-level sprint car drivers, for instance, if you go look at the beginning of their career, they crashed a lot of cars, and in crashing those cars, they learned the limits on what you can't do, and that gave them that experience to be able to go faster, found the limits.
Buddy Bronco down there.
Old Bronco down there, bucking and a-going. We have people all around. There he is. He's on the live camera. Bronco, right there. You're on live. Tell the world.
Look at Josh.
Yeah, Josh, right up there. They got the camera zoomed in on you. The other way. There you go. Right up there. There he is. So who is Bronco? Who is this guy? Tell us about him.
Bronco's a friend of mine. I met him down here a few years ago, and we've been hanging out, and he's a good guy.
Does he do a lot of stuff around the track, help you out a little bit, or what?
Yeah, he helps me out quite a bit. His biggest help for me right now is he gives me an address to have all this stuff shipped here. So
wait, so when you need an Amazon, you ship it to his house?
I ship it to his house, and then I pick it up when I go eat breakfast at the airport.
That isn't federally. Never mind. Yeah. Federales. No.
Nope.
Okay. So outside of that, what have you been getting shipped in here? Any kind of flat earth testing material?
Nope. Camera equipment, man.
Camera?
Yep. Camera stuff.
How much does it take to actually? What actually all goes on back here behind the scenes in the producer world that no one knows really exists? It's a lot more intricate than people think.
It is a lot more intricate because it's live. It's a live production. So when things go wrong, it's broadcast. So, and things go wrong. I mean, batteries die, and it's all frequency stuff. So stuff happens, not very often, but when it does, internet. I mean, look at internet goes in and out once in a while. We run 4 internets every race we do. We have 4 different internets we bond together. A lot of times we use wireless because a lot of my tracks in Iowa are inside announcing. They're inside the track, so we have to do a wireless shot there. So. There's just a lot of things that go into it.
And then how long have you actually been in the game here for DoneRight?
Full 3 years, so this is starting my 4th full year.
And it's consistently going up, I guess, for you?
Yeah, it's going up. And my main tracks back home seem to be getting more people in the stands and, more buys on the site. So I think it definitely helps getting people like me, that didn't know that a dirt track. My store is probably 6 blocks away from Davenport Speedway, and I had never been to Davenport Speedway until I went and seen Keith race. So, and ever since then, I've been hooked on it. So, I just like the projection of being able to get out of your little, out of the bull ring, so to speak. And show people what's actually out here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and like I said with Brian Carter with the World Racing Group, when I talked to him at Volusia, dirt track racing has the best in-person on-track product that you can technically see, I think, especially when you get to the higher ends, the supers and the 410 sprint cars. There's not going to be really too many things that are visually that entertaining in the world, really.
Well, yeah, and it's grassroots stuff, man. And I'll tell you, I've owned my business for over 20 years, and if I'd have known, one of the first things I thought when I went and watched Keith race is I'm like, man, I didn't realize all of the marketing at the local tracks. I mean, it's all local businesses on the cars, on the tracks. So, I mean, it's just, it's loyal fans. They're loyal drivers. They're loyal fans. It's all about the racing, man. So if you support the sport, they support you back, and it's pretty awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what, this old A1 that's out there in the 1 and 2, it's got a nice exhaust system on it or something. That thing did not have the windows knocked out. Listen to this thing when it comes by. It sounds like it's about to take off on the quarter mile and run an 8-second run here. Listen to this thing. I don't know. 18-1 or 19-1. He's a second faster than everybody else. He's got that McGuire's or something on there, that Meekum. He's got that special exhaust. He got a little loose, though. It does sound good. It sounds, you know what I call it? It sounds illegal. Ooh. That'd be low, though. If you was cheating on a cop stock, that's come on, man. Come on. I mean, if you're Jonathan Davenport, Brandon Overton, you're cheating, okay, we get it. You're racing the best in the world. But cop stocks, you know, a factory stock guy back there has his tires all doped up. All right, we get it. It's 20 grand. But $3,000 cop stock, come on, man. Todd asked, where is this located? This is located in Clewiston, Florida. This is the Hendry County Motor Sports Park, the world's United States southernmost dirt track. There'll be 4 classes racing here Saturday with a $100,000 purse between the 4. 20,000 to win factory stocks, 10 to win in the Florida late models, 10 to win in the street stocks, and 3,000 to win in these cars that you see on the track with illegal mufflers and exhaust systems on them. That's what it sounds like. Well, what has he got in there? What's going on? We're going to have an issue here with Jason or Jacoby or whoever it is on this comment section.
I don't know, but it sounds good.
It's like it changed. I didn't hear that earlier. It's like they went back there and put something in there. They maybe put some mothballs in the gas tank. You know what I'm saying? Give it some octane. Looks like that Todd Sovey is watching from Tucson, Arizona. So, getting some Arizona watchers in. And that's going to be the end of that hot lap session on the Speedway for the 4.6 cop stocks, as some would call it. I really don't have a name. I know they're called 4.6 Fords, but I want to call it something, you know. And I feel like that cop stock slang is the best way to put it. Once again, all thanks to Barry Braun and his idea, but still, cop stock sounds good. Somebody said in the YouTube comment section on Long Live the Chaz on YouTube, we are live there as well. They said Drupa exhaust, 51-inch exhaust. He's referring to that 51-inch video I put out on YouTube the other day with the 51 inches in Brandon. If you haven't watched it, go type in at YouTube 51 inches Brandon. It's an hilarious video. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did.
In the flamingo shirt and all.
Yeah, right.
Basically, I look like an idiot and go to the racetrack. That sums it up. Somebody said not all state troopers had Crown Victorias. Some had Capris, Magnums, and some newer SUVs. But there's still a ton of the dang. There's a ton of the dang Ford 4.6s. I swear I saw those more than anything.
Yeah, for sure.
I would assume that they are pretty much everywhere. That model car for sure. Somebody said they might make the trip tomorrow night or Saturday night with the family. Letham Marek on the Long Live the Chaz live stream. So we might have added it, and that's kind of the goal with the streaming, is to get people to the track too, right?
That is totally the goal, man. Without people at the track, and the track can't survive. So it's just broadening the platform, you know, getting it out there to more people.
Well, and luckily we got it on the YouTube because this guy on here bringing the family now, you know, so expand it out a little bit more. Somebody says they can't wait to see some Florida late models. I guess you might have a new viewer that's coming on board from out of the state. Yeah, the late models and when they get out here, They were boogieing. We were thinking, but no. When they hit the floor, it was on. Was it not?
Oh no, they were moving along very well.
12-7, I think it was. 12-7 or 12-5.
I wasn't paying attention,
but he was up on the cush. He was like that song I got coming out. He was up on the cushion, letting it eat. Let it eat, let it scream.
We gonna nationally reveal that song this weekend.
We may have to put it. DoneRight TV may get the premiere rights out of that one. Y'all may get we may debut it with DoneRight TV over the weekend, and then we'll put it on the YouTube next week. But we'll see. Highest bidder. That's what I'm gonna. No, I'm just playing. It's so good. I gotta put it out. We gotta put it out. It's really good. It is really good. Wait till you see this music video, and I'll look like an idiot with this hat on. Because I always go to look stupid. If you try to look stupid, you can't be embarrassed.
Well, that's a very valid point.
And life is way freer when you don't feel embarrassed.
You don't care what somebody else thinks.
Right, the image that when you faced your reflection in the mirror and dealt with yourself, can't nobody else deal with you.
Amen.
And that is exactly why the earth is flat. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, the moon isn't real. Hey, there's an airplane right there. What's going on?
There's an airplane right down the street.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
How is it flying? There's a theory that airplanes aren't real. You've heard of this?
I haven't heard that one.
The flat earth people believe it.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't know if you were,
Look at that. Look what we got on the
Oh. Airplanes in the air and now airplanes on the ground because these things are flying around this racetrack. Or they were earlier, and it looks like it's just widened out a little bit more. But these guys were really hooking up on the outside of the speedway earlier. Few guys trying to bottom out, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's practice. It ain't qualifying right now. You ain't supposed to go out there and just try to hit the hottest time on the block. You're trying to test your setup out. Maybe they've changed something in the bar locations, changed a spring or something. They're just going to test the bottom when it's slick. They want to see if they can make up ground on the inside, or maybe they're trying to get better on the top. So late models rolling out onto the speedway. Florida late models, that is the deemed term, but I've heard it's Crate Racing USA late model 604 late model, something along those lines, and they're going fast enough to believe that. The green flag is out. We'll give you some times when they come back around at the line. And as you can see already, up on the top, kicking the dust up there in 1 and 2. Really ripping it on the top side of the speedway. They really get that cushion out there. Yeah, the times have definitely went down just a little bit. 16 flat, 15-7 right now. Currently the 45 car on top of the board. As we're dropping even lower, 15.736. As the 45 machine is the fastest car on the racetrack. Some of these guys, it looks like, do not have transponders on their cars. I'm watching a few of them come by, and they're not triggering a time, which isn't a big deal right now. Obviously, no competitive laps tonight, just practice. And we have 6 cars on the track and only 3 right now registering a time. The 45, 95, and 29 registering a time. And the one car you see on your screen, that he's currently 3rd in the list of those vehicles. 16.2 on the charts. Like I said, some of these picking up, some of them not, but everybody pretty much working the top side. Nobody really floating the bottom. Yeah, 15.7, I think, is the fastest time right now. Yeah, that 10 car you see on your screen, he's got some speed, but he does not have a transponder on him. He looks like he's probably in the mid-15s to low 15s. As he's run down the 95 car, who's currently 2nd overall in practice so far. at least on the official times. That's where this 95 sits right now, second overall. I believe that was a 15.8. He's probably the highest up in 3 and 4 than any of them, though. He is not lifting on that cushion and digging for every inch he could get. As the checkered flag waves there, number 45 car, fastest overall. That was that dark black, blue, and purple car that you saw out there on the speedway. 95 was that white and orange car. He is currently second overall. And then the 29 rounding out the 3 timed cars that had transponders on them, as there were 6 cars on the track and only 3 of them triggered times. Somebody says Cop Stocks does sound good. Chaz with your measuring tape out. Okay. Somebody said come to another speedway. We're not going to repeat that. I don't think they're racing, but some people want me to get around to the racetracks in Florida. You know, one track I've halfway wanted to go to, not even a dirt track, is Sebring. You know, a famous road course track right up the road here. It's actually, I think, the closest track to this track.
Yeah, I've never been there.
Yeah, it's just on the northwest side, I believe, of Lake Okeechobee. As some more Florida late models roll out on to the speedway. Still waiting to see some quick times in these cars out here on the racetrack. We'll see who all has a transponder so we can give you some more updated times. A 15.732 is currently the fastest recorded time. Visually, that 10 car in the last session looked faster. He just didn't have a transponder on his vehicle. So we'll have to see who all has transponders here and what they actually click off. That 6 car down the front straightaway, this guy was visually faster in the earlier session. But you'll see that 6 late model up on the screen soon, but a lot of fast cars. We'll see how good this 15 gets through 1 and 2. And the cushion's a little different, so it may take a lap or 2 for these guys to really dig in on it. But they are winging it. 15.7 already on the board. 15.1. 15.1 we just saw on the board by the 15 car that you had on the screen earlier. Just hit a 15.1. We got a 15.2 by the 74 machine. 15.159 by the 15 machine once again. Yeah, top 4, top 5 has definitely been taken over here. The 15 cars first overall, 74 cars second overall. Third, the 17, and fourth, the driver on your screen right now. This 6 machine who was winging it on the top side's floating the bottom now. Hitting competitive laps. It was a 15.9. 15.9 on the screen for that 6 car. But the laps are not slowing down. Well, they're slowing down just a little bit. The 55 doesn't even get on the board right there. But there's 2 fast cars on your screen right now. First and second overall, side by side right here. The 15 with the quicker time of the 2. But first and second overall, running the bottom and the top. So it looks like we're going to be having some pretty good racing. Even in the late models, we saw this. We got 3 cars under a blanket now. That is the 16 car getting passed. A little off the pace there, but it's practice. That's expected. But if we get the racing to be anything like this battle right here between these 2, we got us a show in hand. As the white and blue 17 just behind these 2 cars sits third in speed as he dives underneath that 16 car. See him back there in the distance. And there's that 6 I was talking about earlier. When he gets to ripping on the top, he's ripping it pretty hard. He really slings it into 1 and 2. Right there, 15.675 across the line for that 6 machine. 15.5, we'll just name off some times across the stripe. 15.9. And there's that blue 17, currently third on the board. Third overall in the Florida late model practice session. 15.4 as he crosses the stripe. And that's going to do it for the Florida late models here. Not overall, obviously, just this hot lap session. Fastest car overall, that 15, that blue machine, at the top of the charts. 74 car in second, 17 in third, 6 car in fourth, and the 45 from the first session, able to stay on the top 5. But we'll see who else, if these guys just go and load her up into the car. They got, technically, Kelly, they have 20 minutes. The guys that have hot lapped want to keep on going. They just turn her around and go.
Get right back in line. Do it again.
There had to be some guys at the line, or they weren't to throw in the checkered. You would think there has to be somebody on the radio. Yeah, we got 4 of them lined up over here. Throw the caution.
Yeah, I'm sure. I wish I had a camera back there.
Maybe a stage camera. Is that an idea for DoneRight TV? Because y'all apparently do it right. Because that means it's done right. If DoneRight does your broadcast, right?
We try.
That's a slick name.
Well, thank you.
DoneRight TV.
You got it.
Not Flow Racing. But you have done some stuff with Speed Sport now. What's coming up this year with Speed Sport?
Speed Sport's got a new channel coming out, Speed Sport 1. It's going to be kind of like the old Speed Vision. And hopefully we'll have some content on there too. So that's not launched yet. That'll be hopefully, this summer they'll be getting that out open or whatever. How's that?
How's that? He says. How is that? Well, you gave me a mic and said talk for 4 hours, apparently now. Yeah. So, practice is scheduled to go to 11 Eastern, so an hour and 45 more minutes.
One more whole session.
After the late models. So after these late models, it'll restart with the factory stocks. And we'll see if this 45 car can get back on top of the charts. Of course, once again, that 95 you see on your screen, he does have a transponder on. But the 10 machine that you see, it looks like we're actually getting the tractor going across the road there. But some of these cars not having transponders on the vehicle. So only a few select having them in this group of cars that hot lapped earlier. So only 9 Florida late models here tonight, but the racing is tomorrow and Saturday, and it's Florida late models for a reason. That means there's a lot of boys from here that are ready to pounce. It ain't going to be 9 cars this weekend. It's going to be probably 30 or 40. It's just those 30 or 40 guys are in Florida. They'll just drive down here tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's Thursday night, so they'll be ready tomorrow and Saturday.
Probably most of these guys out-of-towners, travelers, and that's why they're here tonight. Some pretty fast cars right there, that 95 and 55 through 1 and 2. Of course, you have the 45 out on the speedway right now. He is 5th overall. He was the only driver from this group to stay on the speed chart. Pretty good looking 11 car into 3 and 4. Rolling the bottom side, but he just can't stay it. It gets hard, dry, and slick here at Hendry, it feels like, Kelly.
Yeah, it does.
So it makes it to where it's a driver's track.
Week 2.
Hot all week. You see the 29 on the screen. He does have a transponder on his car. Just hit a 15.9. That was good earlier, but not good enough right now. And there's the lone 45 from this group of cars that's still on the board. 15.968. He just clicked across the screen. This 46 car, pretty looking colors, the red and the yellow, and 16 flat, 16001, a 16001 for the 46 car. And this 10 machine on the screen, he is fast. He does not have a transponder. But I am willing to bet that if he did have a transponder on that car, it would be within that top 5. Getting a little racy here. The 95 just kind of rolling the bottom. 55 pushing the cushions. We got one around. That's going to be the 45 car. Pushing the 45T, pushing the limits just a little bit there as maybe he needed to push limits. You know, like I said, he was 5th overall, still sits 5th overall, so he has a good time. But he's not quite up to par as he was in that first session. But this is practice. He could just be testing something else out, seeing if he could get another groove or another bar setting or shot or spring combo setting that's going to work just a little bit better. You know, that 29 car you see on the screen, almost a similar number style to Spencer Dirks, a very famous Davenport Speedway racer. Spencer Dirks, a very talented driver, but that's his home track there in Davenport, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
He kicks some butt.
He does kick some butt.
I've only been there for the Outlaw Super races, and he seems to struggle, though, when the big boys get to town.
Well, he's been doing more of it, and he'll get there.
As white flag being flown to the field on the speedway, the charts have not changed, so the track may be slowing down just a little bit. As checkered flag falls to this group of cars on the speedway for practice here in the Florida Late Model Division. $10,000 to win come Saturday night. And if you can't be here at the Hendry County Motorsports Park, you can watch it live on DoneRight.tv. It's not DoneRightTV.com, is it? Or is it both?
Well, DoneRightTV.com is my retail website. DoneRight.tv is my channel.
So you can buy the subscription on DoneRight.tv, correct?
Yes, DoneRight.tv. There should be a link on DoneRightTV.com too to get to DoneRight.tv.
So you got it, you know, the dots in a row, you know. I mean, isn't that ducks in a row? But we'll just say dots in a row. We'll say dots in a row. So if you, like I said, if you can't make it here, it looks like a few people are saying they're going to be coming down, bringing the family, all that. But if you are in another state, obviously, I don't think you should drive from PA, you know, right now, load up and start heading out. You know, I don't think too many people is going to do that. So the option is DoneRight.tv. But if you're within Florida's boundaries or even Georgia, Florida-Georgia line, I know that's just a band name, but if you're that close, it's going to be 20,000. I mean, there'll be over 200, 300 cars come Saturday night probably between the four divisions. As another set of hot laps for the late models roll out onto the speedway. I'm not seeing a new car. Maybe I am. Was that 33 car out there earlier or no? I don't think he was. Maybe that's old Scott Bloomquist undercover, you know. Maybe it's Scott Bloomquist right there. It could be. You never know. We got the 6 machine, who was very fast. And currently the quickest car overall, that 15 car, is out on the track getting some more laps. He probably is just enjoying how nice that car is driving, and he's wanting to go out there and have some fun. Just whipping it in there. I mean, he is on the throttle, standing up on them bars. Just digging into 3 and 4. You can hear him screaming from here in the booth. 15-2-1-3 right off the bat, and the 6 car behind him. Oh, a little 15-7. And the 33 is definitely out there getting some practice. But this 15 and this 6 car, they ain't getting practice. They're playing time lapse. Let's see who can do it quicker. 15-2 so far in this session is the quickest on the board. 15-4 right there for the 6. I want to say it's Blake Spencer, but I'm pretty sure it's not Blake Spencer. Another lap by. 15-6s now drop down there for the 15 car, and the 6 is consistent. 15-4s over and over and over. Zach West. Somebody said that Zach West in the 6 car, possibly. Or are they tagging you? I'm not going to believe it. I need to double confirm on the name of that driver. Is that 58 going to come down? I don't know. The Big Frog Motorsports number 58. Will it come down to Hendry County? Will it come down? Who all will come down to Hendry County? You never know who could really be here. I heard Ashton Winger was in a Jeff Matthews car. Will Jeff Matthews be here running crates? I mean, we never know. Kyle Bronson, I mean, where else would he be? Where else would Kyle Bronson be? Back to green. Well, we are going to be wrapping up the DoneRight.TV live stream here on Facebook and the YouTubes and the multiple platforms. Once again, this horrible voice you've heard, my name is, they call me the Chaz. Long live the Chaz on Facebook, YouTube. Long live the Chaz.com, DoneRightTV.com. Thanks for having me on here. And Kelly, what do you want people to know about you? The man behind it all, making it all happen. What do you think people should know about DoneRight TV and you and the streaming and just the whole situation?
Well, you got me on the spot there, don't you? I just love the sport, man. And, you know, it's not much different for me with all my equipment. I don't have a car out there, but I take what I do seriously. And I love being out here. And thanks for everybody for joining.
And you are the proud owner of one of the rarest vehicles in American motors history. You are officially, you told me, the owner of a Bronco Raptor.
Yeah, well, I haven't taken possession of it yet, but I ordered one last year and it came in, so it's waiting for me back in Iowa.
How rare is this vehicle? Tell the people out there, how rare is a Bronco Raptor? We're talking about the new Bronco, but the Raptor version.
Yep. Well, you couldn't order them, and I got a friend of mine, Dahl Ford, and they somehow got one allotted to them, so I took it.
And is it pretty?
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen pictures or anything?
I've seen pictures, but yeah, it's pretty. I mean,
so you swiped right on it, and now you get to go on the first date when you get back to Iowa.
So it's in somebody else's garage now. It's in the owner's garage, and they're waiting for me to come back to close the deal. So,
are you looking forward to it?
I am looking forward to it. Yeah.
Are you going to take pictures and video?
Yeah, I'm going to try to wrap it. I'm going to try to get a wrap put on it.
So did that Ford company sponsor you that car or no?
Well, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, it'd be nice.
They should.
Yeah, I think they should. I think you're right.
Somebody, Paul Clayton, saying the track looks about 100% better than I thought it would for someone that's never, or someone that's never been there. So I guess, would you agree? Is the track a little bit better than what most people have seen this track be in the past?
I think this track is always good. I mean, it's tough with it being so hot over here. You know, this thing it soaks up the water, man. So, but he's been working this track every day for the last 5 days. So, John does a great job out here. I think the track looks great.
Yeah, and I mean, if you got late models ripping the lip, I mean, how could it get any better? We saw them side by side earlier as well, both in the late model and the street stock. So multiple grooves being used. And it's going to be a good one. So factory stock's out on the track, and I think we're about to sign off here, are we not? So thanks.
Shut her down for the night, and thanks everybody for joining. And we'll be back tomorrow. I'll do a little pit cruise, and I think and thanks to Josh out there running the camera for us tonight. I think we got some interviews today, and we'll probably get some more tomorrow. We'll be doing some pit stuff, and we'll get some more stuff out there. And tomorrow.
Music video.
And we got a music debut. We got a music video debut coming this weekend. And I think Jason Beckner will be back. He'll be here this weekend. So we will know names of the drivers and stuff like that. I'm sorry we were not prepared in that area, but we just decided to do this kind of late. We had some people asking, so we just decided to turn the cameras on and put this out there. So again, thanks for everybody for joining. And I think it's 7 o'clock tomorrow and 7 o'clock on Saturday.
Well, definitely want to thank you for letting me get on here. Whether you're on my page or my face or my YouTube or his Facebook or any of the pages out there, like and share the video. Go and like the page too if you haven't seen it before. All you got to do is just click the logo, the little name, it lights up. You click it, go to the page, like the page. If you're on my YouTube, click subscribe, like the video, share the video. Anything else you want to say?
Just people don't understand how much that helps, just liking and sharing a video and or a page. I try to like and share everybody that I come across, but it makes a big difference, man. This sport needs the support. And that's the best way to do it, I believe, on social media and get it out there and just let's grow this thing, man.
Yeah, likes, clicks, and comments. You know, that's what I've always said it. That's why I go on there and stir up so much controversy, because people like, click, and share it, you know. Likes, clicks, and comments. You know, that's what the sport needs in one way or another.
Doesn't cost you a dime.
It's free. It's free. And Latham Mark. Latham Mark, or is it Mark Latham? How are you saying that? Mark Latham? So you just got it backwards? Or is it Latham Merrick?
Oh, well, yeah.
You will be here. He's bringing the family. So he's bringing the family now. And we got a lot of things coming in there. And thanks for all those showing up. Got people watching from Pennsylvania. People watching from Pennsylvania right now. A bunch of out-of-staters. We saw the guy from Arizona earlier. And that's going to be more so what the streaming is for. The guys who are multiple states away that want to see some good racing. You're up there freezing in the Midwest, up in Minnesota or Iowa, or they're freezing cold in Pennsylvania or New York or wherever you're at.
All these guys coming down from the other states too. Maybe their fans want to be able to tune in too. So.
Well, and even a lot of the people in the pits, I know a lot of the sprint car guys and big late model guys, they'll have Flow or Dirt Vision or the streaming service so they can watch what the track's doing before they even roll out right onto the speedway. So you can utilize it in that way, or a couple states away. If you're near, I don't see why you wouldn't be here.
Another way to support us, as far as monthly, we don't have anything monthly live, but we do have a $15 a month that gets us all the replays. So you can't beat that. $15 a month. You can't watch anything live, but usually it's up within a couple hours after the show's over. So $15 a month, all you can watch.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Well, for myself, the Chaz, and Kelly, thanks for tuning in across the socials, and we'll probably load it out there. Like, share, comment, click, and comment to everything that you see here, and we'll see you for some racing tomorrow. 100,000 on the line this weekend, and some factory stock guy's going to take home just as much money as a World of Outlaw sprint car late model guy. That just blows my mind. But it is going to be happening this weekend at the Hendry County Motorsports Park. It'll happen live here in person or live on DoneRight TV. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen.
Kinney, thanks.
Oh, yeah, Ken Kinney.
It's on, man. He does so much down here, and it was a big jump for him to put on a big show like this. So get down here, buy the stream, whatever. I promise you it's going to be a great couple nights of racing. And thank you, Kinney, for all you do down here.
Yeah, thanks a lot to Ken Kinney. He's been nice to me, too, bringing me down here, helping me out get here. And then not even that, but the stuff he does at this racetrack does not get enough respect. It really doesn't. Some of the best restrooms in the business, which we need to improve restrooms to bring in new fans to this sport. Can't have them walking into barnyards anymore, ladies and gentlemen. They got to be coming, and when they come to a racetrack, it's got to be at least as good as a bad 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying? There's some tracks out there that are not that. Hendry is not one of those. It's pristine, brand new bar that is state-of-the-art bar that you would see in any high-end area. I mean, this is a really nice place here at the Hendry County Motorsports Park. If you're not here this year and you are stuck watching it on DoneRight TV, make plans next year to go Florida, go Speed Weeks, and do not miss a trip down to Clewiston.
Yeah, and it's only an hour from Fort Myers, an hour and a half from Fort Lauderdale, so it's a great trip. And like Chaz just said, Ken never stops out here. He's always improving something. Even having the trees trimmed, the guy never stops. So kudos doing what you do, Ken. And thanks for letting me hang out. So, and that bar is amazing. He's got all new bar equipment coming. Just got it today, hooking that up tomorrow. So we're going to be on a crunch to get it open. Nobody thought we could do it, including myself, but we're opening it tomorrow. And get out here and check this place out. It's pretty amazing out here.
Definitely, and we'll probably be doing some type of video on that on Long Live the Chaz or somewhere, and it'll be coming out here very soon, and it's something that other tracks need to learn from. I want to do a video on their bathrooms, too, because I really think that's an epidemic in the dirt racing world. It's the restrooms that we give the general public. But regardless, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in once again. All going down tomorrow and Saturday. Saturday, the big money. Tomorrow, the qualifying races that are going to be the beating banging. Everybody's going to be no holds barred tomorrow. So be sure to tune in on DoneRight TV. And until then, we will catch you next time.